Way more. We do have red flag warnings in effect because of the setup that we've got going on across portions of southern Nevada. You can see we've got that across portions of California as well, stretching across Arizona. We're getting in on that. Now with this, for a city like, say, Las Vegas, you're going to see those winds gusting around 50 miles an hour today. We've got relative humidities down in the single digits, so it really is the perfect recipe to bring that fire danger and make it elevated. Critical again tomorrow from Las Vegas through Flagstaff up into Moab, even down into Phoenix, you have that elevated fire potential. So anything that starts is going to spread very quickly. We've got terrible drought conditions. We're going to continue with some gusty winds, and we're not seeing any relief in those relative humidities overnight, and no rain in the forecast for those same areas in the next 7 days. Alex. It is a soggy morning. You can see in that shot that we were just showing you there, and it's going to be a bit of a dicey afternoon in some places. Let's talk about where we have that risk for severe storms today. Of course, the higher likelihood is where you see the dark Glendive down through Rapid City, Scotts Bluff included in that. Here where you see the highlighting, especially along the Front Range, the main risks are going to be later this afternoon with damaging wind gusts and some large hail. But as you look toward the east, Minneapolis down through Kansas City, we also have that very isolated risk for some storms today, an isolated tornado risk, maybe some damaging winds and large hail in that area as well. So here's what's going on, where you have the clash of kind of the two different weather systems, the high pressure over the eastern portions of the U.S. and that dip in the jet stream and that low. Where you see those coming together, that's where you get the storms kind of along that lift in the jet stream on the east side of that trough, and that's where we're seeing it. It's lining up as expected. Now the good news is that we only have minimal energy in place. Now there is definitely enough, especially along this dry line today, to get those storms going, but we don't have crazy amounts of that instability that you might want. We've got tons of moisture in place as you look farther east. Back to the west, a little less moisture in place, but you do have the collision of those two air masses, the drier air mass to the west of the dry line and the more moist air mass to the east, so that creates an issue. We've got plenty of low-level wind helping to bring that moisture up over the Midwest, and as we head in the upper levels of the atmosphere back toward that trough or that dip in the jet stream, we've got those higher upper-level winds that are going to add to that possibility for some damaging wind gusts across portions of the Front Range into the high plains. So here's what's going on. You can kind of see our dip in the jet stream here, the general area where we're getting that lift and the storminess, the influx of all of this moisture across the plains in the Mississippi Valley, and that is where we're seeing a ton of rain across the northern tier. Bismarck, you guys are going to get in on that. Minneapolis, rain moving your way. The UP of Michigan, some showers as well. So overall, Alex, everywhere where we're under the influence of that trough, we've got that chance for rain and storms. That you want to hear. It has become such a problem that we are having all of this rain moving across the south central areas. That flood threat is continuing as well, so that's going to be part of the problem. I do think that maybe we have the wrong graphics pulled up right now. You can see where we're getting the rain, where we don't need anymore. There we go. This highlighted area is exactly where we don't need anymore, especially across southern portions of Louisiana. A place like Lafayette, you guys are right in that bullseye of the likely flash flooding through tomorrow. That's stretching up across eastern portions of Texas into even portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas. And you see why here. We've got kind of a boundary or remnant boundary still hanging out, and it's draping itself from the Gulf down, or from the Gulf up across portions of Louisiana, portions of Mississippi as well. And that's why we've got this steady flow of rain over the same area, some pockets of heavy rain as well. Baton Rouge, you've had hours of rain at this point. Natchez, it's starting to fill in for you. Morgan City, same thing there. You guys have had hours of rain. We've got rain moving through Tulsa currently, OKC. Most of that is just east of you, so not quite as soggy as it could be if we got that rain to just lift a little bit farther to the west. Now, what you're looking at here is a representation of the future radar, so what we're expecting the rain to do, or the general area of it in the future, but also underneath of it is a representation of the atmospheric moisture. So where you're seeing these yellows, that is a ton of atmospheric moisture. The PWATs, or the precipitable water, very high, anomalously high in this area, and that is going to allow any of these storms that do get going to have a ton of moisture to work with and to put down some very, very heavy rain, visibility reducing rain, flash flooding causing rain, and that's going to last as we move through the day today. So Alex, it really is a problem across the south for the rest of your Thursday.